If you're in your 50s and you're thinking about retirement and you're worried about it, you probably should be worried about it. Most people don't take the time to think about what's coming, what's around the corner. Now, I'm 59 years old, and I've looked at things differently now than I used to. I used to think I had all the time in the world to create financial freedom, or to get all my ducks in a row, get my vehicles paid off, get my house paid off, my land paid off, all these things that you want to do in your life. And if you wait until you get into your 50s, you are in trouble, because then it's getting too late. What tends to happen to people is the money you make, a lot of people today spend it just as fast as they make it. And so they don't think about the future. So for me personally, I had to think about that because my wife's father got sick and he was wheelchair bound, and it kind of got thrust upon us to do something or put him in a nursing home. We chose to do something about it. We put him in our home with us. That was a huge eye-opener for me. It was a very difficult situation. I didn't think it was going to be as bad as what it really is. It was tough because being wheelchair bound, there's so many things that we had to do. It's not just putting ramps up so they can get him in and out of the house. It's the doctor visits, the dentist visits. It's wiping their butt when they, go to the bathroom on themselves. It's cleaning up the urine when he goes to take a leak and he goes to set it on a shelf, it drops, it hits the floor. We end up replacing the carpeting in his bedroom, and then upstairs by us where, he would come in the evenings with us. Same thing, he would drop it there, and things you never think about, And then you think about the cost of the care. So if you guys think about this, like yourself, for me, 59 years old, this is the way I look at it now. I learned from that lesson, and one of the most valuable things I learned was that I don't want to be a burden on my kids when I get older. I don't want my kids to have to do that. Like when we were taking care of her father, it was difficult. There was a lot of stress that went on in our marriage at this time because of that. And you have a whole new person living with you. They live different than you do. And so they may not like your rules of the house, and you have to change your rules for them. And just all the different things. Getting them up in the morning, getting them dressed, getting them cleaned up, putting them to bed at night, all the meals, you have to prepare the meals, bring them to them. The clothing, wash all their clothing. There's all these extra things that you never think about, right? And so that's a common thing. It happens when you take on a job like that. And so what I've learned from it is I don't want my kids to have to be taking care of me when I'm older. There are some people that don't mind that. I really mind that. I don't want to be what I call a burden on my children. I don't want them to have to change their lives for me. They have their own lives going on. I want them to stay having their own life going on. So, what's the alternative? The alternative is, I know I'm getting older, and at some point I could be the guy in the wheelchair. Okay? And at some point I probably will be that guy, or the guy in the walker, or whatever, But I don't want my kids to take care of me, right? So what do I have to do? I have to make sure that now I do enough things to create enough income to pay for someone to take care of me. And nowadays, people don't think of that at all. And it frustrates me till no end. And so I guess it's a good thing that I had that opportunity, because it taught me a lot about that, about being prepared for the future and what's coming. You don't mind being a burden on your kids, then number one, shame on you, because they didn't ask for that. You need to take care of yourself, not the kids taking care of you. And I don't want to hear, well, I took care of them all them years, it's their turn to take care of me. That's bullshit. Just a cop-out story. You guys should be taking care of yourself. Be a man about it. Take care of yourself. And the only way you're going to do that is to have enough money that you can afford to hire somebody else. So how do you get there, right? You got to make a decision in your life. You got to start somewhere. If you wait till you're in your 50s, that sucks. It's a tough time because you can only make so much money in your lifetime, especially if you're working a job. If you have businesses, that's a different story, because now you can create businesses that make you money. So for my wife and I, we have several businesses that make us a lot of money. We have several sources of revenue. The Mosquito Police, it happens to be the biggest one, okay? Just happens to be because it's such a highly scalable business, and it's got reoccurring revenue, which means that revenue comes in every year. Whether I'm sitting behind that desk or not, that money will continue to come in because we keep building our client base constantly, and they renew year after year after year. So your choices are to sit there and do nothing or do something. So I highly suggest that as soon as you guys realize this, get going on something, some sort of a business. I don't care what it is, just get something going so that you can take care of yourself in the end. Or what happens if your wife gets really sick and you're out there working your job, your wife gets sick, and now you have to take care of her. How can you work your job so there's income coming in and still take care of her? You can't. You're going to have to hire someone to take care of her. So if you don't start thinking about this stuff now and get things in place like businesses, streams of revenue, if you don't get that in place now, you're going to be screwed if you wait till you're in your 50s or 60s and that stuff starts happening to you. Thanks for watching.